ChatGPT, AI, Baidu, Google, Microsoft, all of these names are very prevalent in the market today because AI is a hot topic. But in order for these programs to be able to do what they need to do, how does that happen? It all starts from the microchip. The semiconductor space has been the beneficiary of everything that's going on in the AI space, and a stock like NVIDIA is a hot topic. Do you know that NVIDIA is up 88% for the year? Did you know that? Do you know that the microchips, some of the best microchips or semiconductor chips that are out there are up 35% for the year, and that the S&P is only up like almost 9% for the year? So this is a good space where as investors, we need to have our money. But let me ask you some questions. If you're in NVIDIA, what do? Do you continue to let it ride up, or do you start to sell off some of those things? Or better yet, are there better companies out there in the space for you to take advantage of? And if they are, what are they? So we're going to get into NVIDIA as a company, and we're going to talk about some of the things you could do with NVIDIA right now. Are you too late to the game to get into NVIDIA? Again, I'm going to answer that question for you as well. All right, let's get into some of the stories I have. NVIDIA stock is an excellent growth, AI growth play, says Piper Sandler, and this is from TipRanks. I think that the AI space is really ramping up the semiconductor space because these companies need better semiconductors, need better chips in order for their AI programs to work efficiently. This is from Bloomberg. NVIDIA stock loses its only sell rating as HSBC flags AI's potential. So, man, a lot of companies, a lot of big money is jumping on board with NVIDIA as well. The only sell rating that was on it is now gone. How about this one from investing.com? NVIDIA stock adds 2% as HSBC doubles down on the upgrade to buy on AI pricing power. And last but not least, here's another side of the story done a few days ago. NVIDIA loses ground despite new AI-backed GPU. So whether it's NVIDIA, whether it's OWN, whether it's TSM, whether it's ASML, whether it's a lot of stocks that are out there in this space, they are all coming up to join the ranks to produce the best chips out there so that these AI programs can continue to get better. So that's the news on the stock. Let's go take a look. So I'm going to open up the VectorVest software, and not only is NVIDIA in here, I wanted to give some semblance of an idea of what's going on in the industry and some of the other stocks that are in the industry. This is a bonus add-on to help you to determine if NVIDIA is the best play. As I look at my stocks, there's 8 stocks in here. One of them is an ETF, which is SOXL, to play the whole space. You know me, I like to always try to give you an opportunity to have one ticker symbol to play the whole space so that you don't have to hone in on just one. Biggest mover today so far is NVIDIA as I record this, up 2.5% today. A couple of things I don't like about NVIDIA. One, it's trading at $276 with a value of $40.76. It's grossly overvalued, but it also tells me that the perspective of people buying into the stock, that more and more people are buying into the stock, driving the stock's price higher, just means that they're willing to pay a premium to own the stock. Upside potential is not there. Relative value is well below 1. So the upside potential as compared to outpacing the market is really not there. But on the list, we've got other stocks that have great potential to outperform the market. It is a safe stock. It continues to make money. And because with all of the AI speculation and stuff, you know something, it is the fastest moving stock in the list. So short term, I still like NVIDIA, but long term, could there be a better play? So as I look at all of these stocks that are in here, they're all hold or buy recommendations. AVGO is the only stock in here that is a buy. Nicely undervalued, great upside potential, great safety, and the RT not as high as it is on NVIDIA, but is still above 1. So for those people who are trading NVIDIA right now, what should you do? Well, let's go look at a graph of all of these stocks. This is as of today. Let's graph them all, and I'm going to put them on a one-year graph, and I'm going to look at them a little differently than I normally do because I need to have some kind of semblance of if it's still okay to own these stocks or should I be getting into these stocks now. As I look at STM, I've got Fibonacci's on here, and I've got the level of 78.6. This is telling me that the stock right now is overvalued. Sorry, it is at a toppy level. How about that? It is overbought. It is definitely overbought. And we're starting to see some signs of the stock pulling off of the high. The 3 and the 8 crossed. I need it to get back below, maybe get to the level of retracement of 61.8. So I think that STM overall is a play that's topping out. Be careful with it. I'm looking at the DPO on the stock, technical indicators, the trending price oscillator trending down, the MACD trending down, RT trending down. Even though it's looked great and has been taking advantage of the upward move of AI, I'm thinking about an overbought situation. Be careful with that. I'm looking at OWN. Again, Fibonacci retracements, right at that level of being overbought. These are stocks that I think have some downside, but not for a long term. I think that the AI space is really going to ramp up these stocks because these companies are going to need good chips in order to make their AI programs even better. So does it have some short-term downside? Yes. I would be looking at that retracement level of 61.8, but I'm looking at the DPO. I'm looking at the MACD. Same kind of scenario overbought. AVGO in a little bit of a channel. Again, overbought, but if it can break above the channel, it could show that it still has legs. I think that all of these stocks have some pullback capability down to that 61.8 fib level. I'm looking at the technicals on these. They're all pulling back. And again, I am looking at a one-year aspect. Man, NVIDIA, by all means, folks, is the powerhouse here. Look at that graph. Look at that graph. And it's just like an airplane taking off. I love it. But it is grossly overbought. It is hitting a new one-year high today. And man, at some point in time, this stock has to pull back. Whether it goes back to that 78.6 level or retraces back down to that 61.8. If you're in the stock at this particular point in time, I wouldn't mind you taking half off the table and letting the other half ride. This has really been the powerhouse. Don't be afraid to take some of those profits and book them. Book them, Dano. All right, just be careful with that big wick today. A little bit showing some semblance of some selling going on, even though the 3 and 8 just crossed. Again, it's just telling you what you need to know. Let's go to the next one, TSM. Now, this one I like a little bit more. Why? Because it is at that fib retracement level of 61.8. This tells it, and it's found a level of support. I think that this has got a little bit more upside as compared to the other stocks right now, sitting in a little bit of a channel as well. But I like that it from a fib level that it could be turning around. I'm looking at AMD, good gravy. Again, overbought, but look at this. AMD coming back down to the fib level of 61.8 could be getting ready to take off. So I like NVIDIA, but I like these other two stocks right here as a possibility of getting in now. Again, if you are in NVIDIA, though, I wouldn't be adverse to you taking some of that off the table and booking the profits. ASML, another stock in an overbought scenario, watching the indicators trail down. I would really love to see if these levels can come back to that level of the 61.8. And the last stock is SOX. SOX I like as well, below the 50. All right, that's not a real level as a fib, but people look at it. The value of the level of resistance is really close to that as well. This could be setting up. And remember, this plays all of those stocks. All right, so now I want to take a look at one other thing. I'm going to right-click on any one of these stocks. Let's go view the industry graph. I think that it will give you the same kind of scenario, even though these stocks have moved up because of AI. I think that the industry in and of itself is at a point of being overbought as well. Put this on a one-year graph. There it is. Let's go put the fibs on. All right, I'm going to right-click Fibonacci retracements. Let's go from the high to the low, and look at that. The industry as a whole is overbought above that value of 78.6. So as much as I love this space, There's a couple of stocks that I pointed out I think are better plays than NVIDIA right now. I think NVIDIA has been the powerhouse altogether. But you know something, being an overbought scenario, don't be complacent. Don't be afraid to take at least half off the table, lock in those profits. Even if it goes back up, you're still in the game. But the other stocks that I sold, like SOXL and the other stock as well, those are plays that are looking like they're ready to rebound and go back up. So I answered the question, what should you do with your NVIDIA stock? Don't be afraid to take some of that off the table. Is the space still good? I still think that the space overall is overbought, as you saw in the industry, but AI is really ramping up, and it's going to bolster these stocks as well. I would really love to see them come back to that 61.8 level as a retracement and see if it's got upside ability. Folks, if you like this video, hit the like button, share this video. And this is an ongoing story. In case you missed the previous video about the AI race, click here. All right, right there on your screens. Click there. Don't forget to watch that. I will be putting out more videos in this space because the AI race is just beginning, and you guys have an excellent chance to make some money, and I'm going to help you to do that. If you're not a subscriber to the channel, hit the subscribe button. Hit the bell icon so that you'll be alerted when these next videos come out. Until the next time, folks, this video is over. See ya.
Yeah.